1A, the committee meeting has been properly noticed. Any questions
Artificial
on the
intelligence
minutes?
or AI is
Shut her down.
That's it.
Good option. Hearing no questions, looking at 2A, and the primary conversation for us tonight is the rounding report. There's an explanation in there, and to kind of summarize it, as we ended up last year, and we had the check-in survey at the end of the year, one of the things that came out of that survey and analyzing it was more of a presence in our classrooms. Okay, so rounding has been around a long, long time. And we worked on it over the summer and had our initial plan. And from the start, it was, let's try this for 9 weeks, knowing that this is going to be broad, but let's just get in the habit of doing it. And then as we advance through the school year, we can refine it, because the ultimate goal is to increase instruction, high levels of instruction across the board for everybody. And now that the links are available, that's my fault completely that they weren't there. You can see how first 9 weeks, a lot of broad questions, but the second 9 weeks, each building and student services, based on the feedback and the conversations that they have had with their staff, have started to tighten their focus as to what the staff would appreciate feedback on. As we plan ahead for the third 9 weeks, one element that we are considering right now would be to focus more on instructional techniques, successes on our multi-language learners, something that would also help us across the board. And the fourth 9 weeks, we haven't thought that far ahead yet. But this was something that we attempted to have more of a presence in the classroom, learn more about our teachers and as they instruct. And I'm happy with how we have evolved at this juncture. And I'm anxious to see the feedback. One of the concerns from our staff was that this feels like a checklist. And the first 9 weeks, I can see where that would be an impression. But now the second 9 weeks, if it still feels like a checklist, we'll have to dig even deeper and figure out, well, why is that? Because these are really, as I go through them, and I used the middle school yesterday, I tried out, I think, 4 of them. It is more targeted with that feedback. So what I'm anxious to hear from the program committee, your feedback, anything that we're not considering, what are some questions? And you can ask the building administrators, Dr. Long, as far as, how did we get here, where are we going? So open up for conversation.
I personally just like the fact that you had the discussion with staff and this is the result. And I don't remember, were the 2 positive, 1 glow, 1 grow, or 1 positive, 1 challenge? Was that always on the form? Because I didn't think so. Because I was having problems getting in the first forms, but the second, and then I got some access. But, I think the whole coaching model of making sure you give them a chance to tell you how they feel they've been doing, but also the challenges they have in listening to that. So it's nice to get their voice in this too.
And I can bring one up if you're still stunted and you can't see one.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the first one for the first quarter for the high school is the second quarter for the high school.
Oh,
And then you don't have access?
Not for first quarter.
So that's what it looks like. It looks like the first quarter round form is the same as the second quarter round form for high school.
so what I can do If I can,
You can bring it up.
I can. But it should be,
Are you able to get in?
in the previous ones, we've used PDF forms. I'm trying to move away from that as much as we can. So I'm gonna guess that was an August regular board meeting or program. It was a program.
I think it was programmed.
There we go. And I have links there too.
Yeah.
I'm sharing.
Remember, because I had a problem getting in because of my
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
Oh, wait. Well, this is the first 9 weeks, but this isn't what somebody would look at when they are completing the rounding.
The preview, the little eyeball, second one from the, yep. That'll show what it would look like.
Thank you. I'll just keep slowly scrolling. Tell me.
So it looks like on this one right here that we're looking at, and this one was the first round, am I right?
Yes, high
So
school
on
first
this
9
one,
weeks.
I'm just thinking about the cell phone ones. On this one, we were only focused on whether or not the kids were on their phones and not on, observed on their phones, not on their phones, or the phones were in the holder. On the second one, it looks as if we are now breaking it down into a percentage of
Yep.
how many kids we have on our cell phones or what have you. But, I mean, why that particular type of comparison from the first one to the second one? Is the first one just to establish that understanding that we are gonna look at students that are on their phones? Second one is, okay, now we wanna see how many, why the difference in the two forms?
I'll allow Mr. Craze.
What we ran into on the first one, I had to do a lot more math. Where I had the number of students in the room, the number of phones in the phone holder. This one just simplifies it, so it's a lot easier to look at trends and sorting.
Yeah.
You're at 100%, you're 75 to 99%, 51 to 74%, or below 50%. So it was a way to track the data and see the trends a little bit more clearly.
Okay.
What we did before worked, but every single classroom was its own trend or data set. It was 21 out of 22. It was 19 out of 23.
Okay.
Whereas now we can just say, oh, everybody that I observed today was 75 to 99.
Okay, that makes sense, thank you.
Yeah.
One thing, my observation, and I'm lucky because I can go to all 4 buildings. Our doors being locked, when we went through the training last year with, I love you guys, and we brought in the experts, Mount Horeb came, and we've done all that. And a lot of that is that school safety team that has presented for us. Every time they present, they say in a school, the best way to save students' lives is to have a locked door in your classroom. That is the way. And as I observe, it has been a long time since I've entered a classroom and a door was unlocked. So I shouldn't say if anything. One outstanding result of doing this rounding is that our staff have responded to that very well.
And I know Kim is not. Do you have anything, Ashley? Before?
No, I can't.
I know the middle school one, I really like the way they, put the big rocks that you talked about, right? The safety, the learning for all, so how were they engaged? And then the evidence of student belonging is something that is in her form. And I don't know if it's because the instructors asked for it, or,
I'll pull it up here, but I believe that, just in my memory, there was a piece of that in almost all of them. something, when we formed
Kind of
them.
like that, but this is pretty explicit. Like
Yep.
this lines up with everything that you show us all the time, whether they be on these or whether they be on the crown or the you belong statements. I mean, it was the actual explicit language. Like, I think, to me, that is, if you're gonna change a culture, they have to use the words that you have used, taught them. How do you, right?
Yep, I'm following.
I appreciate it.
And that, I have it up, is that the one you're,
Yeah, all three, I mean, she talks about all three of them and makes a connection. Because sometimes that alignment is lost, really. Like, what do you mean we're doing, evidence of student belonging? Some people don't make what many of us would consider just a natural alignment in their brain, that this is aligned to this thing. So, I just appreciate that.
oh, thank you.
For Westview, is there a way that we don't have to put in all the information to see the next page of the form?
Yeah, I think he has the link to the form. I can send the link.
I mean, it's not,
So I have it up here, Ashley, and I have it, the link that I have, I need to get better with this format. So I had to fill it out with just random stuff to get to page 2.
thank you.
I will ask, I do notice that there is a difference between the first quarter and the second quarter. First quarter does not have a specific topic focus, but the second quarter does. It has the vocab focus. So I'm curious, was there a focus for the first quarter? And why do we have the specific focus where I don't think we have any of the other schools that have that particular focus?
Well,
If I can answer the first part. In the elementary world, the 1 through 4, when we went in with such a broad form, the teachers weren't getting a whole lot out of it. It wasn't impactful. So I don't think I think I said that correctly. And then Renee listened and then made this adjustment. And I'll let her speak as to why.
so our focus is on the science of reading, and with Act 20, I just started using this in the classrooms, and we'll get feedback soon, but wanted it to be more focused on the strategies that they spent last year learning through the Act 20 training. And then there's so many areas of the science of reading or in reading instruction, but we focused a lot last year on vocabulary, intentional vocabulary instruction and assessment, and we're still doing that. So that went across all platforms, whether it be specials or in class. And vocabulary is something you cover in any subject area that you go into. So in talking to the Guiding Coalition and showing them my thoughts, I have one built that has every topic in it, but then we decided to narrow it down to just vocabulary to start with and give feedback that way. And I have it jumping because I have one for in the classroom teachers, and then it jumps and eventually will be much different when I go into like specials, art, music, PE, because the instruction's not going to look the same when it comes to science of reading or things like that.
Thank you.
And here's another, what you had mentioned as far as a glow and a grow. At Westview, they have celebrations, questions 1.
Yep, yeah, and I don't know if I had to get through that on all the other forms to get to that, or.
No, it's the response link that you have instead of the editable link. That's on my.
Okay. No, I just like to see that we're continuing to tweak and evolve feedback.
I am curious as to how, I know you said the feedback from some staff, which was requesting that they schedule the rounding visits to align, to their instructional time. How will that work for you? Is that something that is doable?
We're gonna give it a go next Tuesday when the leadership team meets, just to be more aware of, the one story is a teacher was being observed by the principal, and unbeknownst, in comes Brad. And then when Brad left, it was a matter of minutes and Jim comes in. That's too much in a half-hour span. So what we're gonna try and do is work on that. Where I am resistant, and we'll have to discuss this as a leadership team, where I am resistant is scheduling them ahead of time. I wanna go in and see authentic instruction as it occurs. But there is some wisdom if we can coordinate, look at a master schedule for the building, and then more communication between the rounders, so we don't do that again.
Yeah, and I think in the past, have we had things like one scheduled observation and then 2 drop-ins or something like that? That, in the past, they did get time to hopefully show you what they thought was their best. But then
That still happens.
So maybe allowing them for I really want you to come in and see this.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
And the kids,
Mhm.
or I'm trying this new thing. Could you come in at the beginning of it so that maybe I could say that didn't go as well and you could help me tweak it?
So encourage
there's-
invitations.
Yeah, encourage imitation.
We will revisit this March or so, and see how it's going.
All right,
Can't wait to see the second
Thank you.
one. What happens then?
thanks for all your hard work, folks.
Meeting adjourned, 6:47 PM. Thank you.